It's time for the Disney List. Taking a look at some of the best and worst from across the Walt Disney Company this week. The Disney List is all about what does returning CEO Bob Iger need to make a priority to restore the magic for you. Here with me today to talk about it, theme park analyst Tyler Crouch, travel agent Katrina Manzone, Gainer reporter Garrett Hassel. It's great to have you all with us in this very important conversation. We'll start with Tyler. Share with us what you think Iger's priorities need to be to restore the magic, at least for you.
Well, I think the number one thing that needs to be just worked on is just the way that the cast members are treated. I mean, I think that you've not only got the frontline cast members, but you've also got the people that work on all the entertainment as well, who are making movies or television shows or what have you. And I think that everybody feels mistreated on a serious level. I think that, and it's not, like I said, it seems like it comes from all throughout the company. So I think the number one thing that Iger needs to do is start respecting everybody who works for that company, whether it be the custodian on Main Street or the producer and directors of all their giant Marvel movies. I think these people need to feel respected, and they will be able to create, they'll be able to bring this magic that we've all been missing for so long. And it's not just at the theme parks, it's also with the movies, where I think there was a while here where people felt like they couldn't even be their true creative self. They had to kind of stick to this mold of what was beginning to be the way that Chapek wanted things, the way that this board wanted things. But I think we've already seen, that we're getting back to more control in the hands of these creative people, more control in the hands of the cast members who are on the front line. And that goes directly into my second thing that I think needs to happen, is that the public perception needs to change. And I think one of the main ways you can have the public perception of Disney change is by giving respect to these cast members, and they will want to work harder for you. They will want to, show the love that I think we've all kind of been missing a little bit here and there, because they've been, and I'm not even saying it's their fault or anything. These people a lot of people have to work doubles at the parks and things like that. It's a tough time right now. And they're not always treated fairly. So, it's hard to put your best foot forward when you're not feeling respected, when you're not treated fairly. So I think those are kind of the two main things for me, is bring respect back to all the people who are doing your work for you. And then I think that goes a long way to help us all feel like we're back to the Disney that we all know and love. We're not, in the Bob Paycheck era. We're not trying to just, every single time we go to Disney, we're just like, oh my God, it cost me like $500 to go to Disneyland today just for like one person, because it can cost that much at this point. And yeah, it is a premium product. Don't get me wrong, but the premium level has been wavering since COVID, and well, even since kind of before then. But we can't just keep blaming COVID. Is not such a drastic thing anymore. We can't just keep on using COVID as an excuse to not deliver how we used to. So those are my two things.
Very good.
Yeah, I think that the magic needs to come back.
Future CEO, right?
Future
here.
CEO, you hear him.
That's
magic,
me.
a little spark.
Significant inroads.
You got my vote.
Absolutely.
I got a phone call with Iger after this.
And you have
we'll
Garrett's
see how
vote.
things go.
So makes a big difference, no doubt.
Yes, yeah.
When you are supported and endorsed by Garrett Hassel, the Golden Goose, you, sir, are on your way.
It's true.
Oh.
It takes one guy with wings to know
Just
there's another
make
guy
sure-
with wings.
Just make sure when you get to the top, you don't forget the little people around you, like
Be humble.
your fiance and your two bros over here.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Be like the first lady CEO.
Oh, I like that. Yes. Doing all kinds of hospitable work and charitable
right.
things.
The
That
first,
would be wonderful.
the first executive lady.
That's right. And Garrett, let's throw it on out to you. Priorities that Bob Iger should focus on to restore the magic for you.
So I think Chapek alienated not only the cast members but also the guests with these price hikes and all that. But to bring some sort of normalcy back, I think either eliminating or restructuring Genie Plus is going to be major, because it's more confusing now than ever before to go to a Disney park. When I have friends asking like, "Oh, what should I do there?" and I'm like, "Oh, you should do X, Y, and Z," and they're like, "Should I do this Genie Plus thing? I've heard things about it." I'm like, "No, just don't even bother with it. It will tell you to at 4 p.m. line up at Casey's Corner and get corn dogs as an attraction piece." Genie Plus has made things more painstaking and miserable, especially if you're a first-time park goer. It almost makes it so that you never want to come back. More people now are like, we had such a rough time at Disney. I want to go to Universal instead, where it's easy. I don't have to worry about reservations, which the reservation system I think can be kept, but I think it needs to be morphed a little bit. But Genie Plus is the prime suspect in something that needs to go away, in my opinion. But if they can't completely eliminate it, then changing it around. Also, the Lightning Lane, I think FastPass just had a more, inclusive and welcoming name to it, as opposed to Lightning Lane. It sounds like something you hear at Six Flags. But I think the second thing is similar to Tyler, is you need to give power back to the creative people, because without creativity, without imagination, Disney is nothing. Without imagination, Fantasmic is just nothing at all. It's all like the move of the Imagineers going from California to Florida, I think was a bad move. I think keep it out there, even if prices are higher. A creative person doesn't want to be told like, hey, you have to do this, this, and this in this framework with this amount of budget, and you can't change anything. We have to actually need you to shorten it back. Creative people need room to run, fly, and be what they want to be. Like Walt loved the Imagineers, same with Michael Eisner and Bob Iger. Apparently Chapek never even went down to the Imagineering building at all to even say hi. So giving power back to the Imagineers, who create the attractions and the experiences that we as guests enjoy, is crucial, because when the environments are immersive and creative, the cast members operating them will be like, oh man, this is so amazing to see. And I think it just brings harmonious. You've got to touch on creativity, and you've got to make sure you don't alienate the guests. Prices are going to always go up, like that's just how sort of the world works. But I think changing things that make you pay more money and you get less out of it will make things a lot better as a visitor. So yeah, Genie Plus got to go, and Imagineers need some TLC, because we need something more than Galaxy's Edge. We need what was promised rather than what was given.
Tell me about it.
Don't even.
It's the truest thing you ever said.
I knew I would get the future CEO.
Why did you say the trigger word?
Yeah.
Wade
Trigger
loves
word.
it. Wade, don't even.
Yeah, you are lighting a fire, my friend. You know what
Boy.
you're doing.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to create controversy on our show.
We try our best never to go near that land in any sort of language,
Nope.
because we know what it does to Tyler.
Yeah, I will say that Magic Band Plus stuff looks pretty cool. I want to try that stuff.
Well,
Hear that, everybody? On the record.
I just want to say maybe that's the type
It
of thing
could
that
be
Galaxy's Edge
cool.
should have started with. So
there it is. Hey, Katrina, same for you. Priorities Iger should focus on, restoring the magic. What do you want to see?
These two have touched on it. Kind of like what I was aiming towards too, is just the Genie Plus mainly too is just so dumb on how they structured it. And I feel like, yes, I know that they want to try to earn money and they were trying to reduce the capacity, but then they didn't, and then so now it's just not even fun, because like the normal queue gets backed up, the regular, like the lightning lane, it's not so lightning. Like, have you seen Soarin' over the world in DCA? Like that baby goes all the way back to Carthay. Like it is just all the way back. I'm like, what's this line for? And they're like, yeah, Soarin'. I was like, oof, it's not worth it. So I think they need to kind of switch it up that way, and then try to, maybe bring, I don't know why they got rid of the Max Pass to begin with, but I feel like I don't know if they lost money or they were just trying to make it similar to Disney World, so they didn't have to like instruct so many times on what to do and how to do it, and then just create like one system for it. But bring something like that back, because it was just it was easy. It was not complicated. And then annual pass holders were able to just buy it outright for the whole year. And if you didn't use it, you didn't use it. They gained money from it. You know, there was times like Tyler and I bought it outright for the year. We used it like 5 times. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't use it that much. And it was like first come, first serve. You get to the park. I mean, the Genie Plus is the same. If you get to the park at Disneyland, you get, you know, more choices versus, you know, getting there at like 5 p.m. and then you just get what's left over. But, you know, and giving respect to the cast members, like you know, when you create such a hostile environment in a way, you know, because you're forcing cast members to work doubles and then they have to work doubles because they don't want to let their team down. And then they're overrun, but then also actually pay them an actual living wage. So when you do have a hiring session and you try to get more people involved, people would actually want to work. You know what I mean? Like right now you're working like below minimum wage and like below living wage, where why would you want to work at Disney when you have to work like, you know, 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then, you know, you can get fired for like the smallest little thing for blinking an eye. And then you're like, oh, so I was just expendable to you. Okay, cool. But then my last one is, can we stop remaking movies? Please. Like, that is like my one wish.
No,
like,
let's
stop. What?
I need 2 movies to be remade, and then we can stop the remakes. I need Treasure Planet, and I need Atlantis: The Lost Empire to be remade.
Nobody needs that.
So
It's
You
not.
and that pink booger guy,
No.
you're way into that, dude.
No, I need those to get a proper.
You know, what is it? Alan Tudyk's going to be like the
proper
pink blob. You
treatment,
know he's going to
and
be in
then-
it.
Cool. I just need Treasure Planet. Just give me Treasure Planet.
It's
I
going to
won't
be
even-
bad.
care less about
That's
that
the
one.
thing. Like, they're
No,
not
it's
even going to
not.
be
It's gonna be
creative
great.
about it.
It's gonna be great. Just let it happen.
Just let it be a show. Like, just go to Disney Plus, make it a fun animated
I'd be
show.
cool with a show.
A series, yeah.
You know,
Okay, I'm
get it
cool
like
with
a
that.
nice little series. Like, you know, Aladdin had it for a blip in time. Little Mermaid had it for a blip in time.
Yeah,
Let
they
it just
don't-
be a blip in time, and then that is it. I don't need a garbage remake live action when it's not even live action,
Yeah.
because half of it is digital. More than that, it's like Lion King. Come on, people.
Yeah.
It was 99%
we don't do that.
fake.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
I miss that
fantasy.
trend, actually. I want there to be there should be like a 20-minute like Moana show where she goes on different adventures and stuff.
It'd be
and it's
great.
Like,
Little Pua
I
walking
miss
around.
the, you know,
Come
like
on.
the Hercules show, Aladdin show, like Little Mermaid. All these
Oh.
shows were great. Like, they need to make more television series like that.
The
It's
old
easy.
school
Oh, it's not
90s,
easy, but-
early 2000s Disney Afternoon.
Yep.
It was great.
Oh yeah.
All those little spin-off series.
You know, they're doing like little shorts, and they're like 5 minutes long, like the little Zootopia thing, and it's just I don't even watch it. Every time I like try to like do it, I'm like, do I just want to keep pressing play for like 5 minutes of Zootopia? Like, not really. I'd rather watch
No,
like
you
a
just
series.
you watch Bluey instead.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Bluey
Bluey.
instead.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bluey, let's
Get it, girl.
go. Bluey.
I watched that, and I watched it with Ariel, and we are mesmerized by that. And we're like, man, this is the best show in the world.
Sometimes
It's true.
I'll just
It
watch
is
the
fantastic.
Yeah,
Everybody loves Bluey.
intro.
it's true.
Yeah.
Proof.
Mom,
Proof right there. Look at that. Yeah.
That's
go,
why we even
bring them to the park.
Yeah, these are Bluey hats today. I don't know if you saw these Bluey hats.
Go Bluey, go. In support of Bluey. We also asked you over on the Kingdom Report community page specifically what priorities should be in front of Bob Iger to restore magic. And here's what you had to say. First up, Ben says, give the staff the respect and admiration they deserve in whatever ways possible. Make sure they know they are appreciated and that they will be compensated fairly for their efforts. They are the magic. Number 2, hire enough staff back to get all of the rides and attractions operating smoothly without breaking down so frequently. It's one thing to raise prices, it's another to raise prices and let everything fall apart around you while doing so. And number 3, create some sort of mutually beneficial idea in which families who have been wanting to go but can't can now afford to do so, and Disney can benefit as well. They likely can't reverse any price hikes. Once those are in place, they just can't take them away, but they can find a way to increase growth and revenue while still taking care of customers. It won't be easy, but it's possible. They've done it before. They can do it again. Michael says, has to start in restoring morale and addressing issues facing the cast members. They are what makes it happen. So they have to address that first. All this and get of reservations probably won't happen because it helps Disney control what is needed to help bring the best experience out of a park visit. I personally hated it when the parks were so packed you couldn't even walk anymore, and queue lines were in the walkways. It happened a few times, but not as much as there was prior to reservations. Heather says, bring back the things they made it that made it magical, rather, like the Magical Express bus. And Mitchell says, simple. No more cutting costs or layoffs. Bring back the entertainment lost in the last few years. Bring back Fast Pass and get rid of reservations. Basically returning the parks to the way they were before 2020. Also, no more getting involved in politics or disputes with other companies. They need to stay in the business of entertaining people and nothing else. And Oh Please says, do whatever it takes to hire more cast members, repair and maintain the attractions, get rid of reservations completely, eliminate Genie Plus, and return to Max Pass. A lot of things echoed by all accounts of what we have said here as well. Those are the comments that you shared with us, and now we are interested in all of your thoughts. Leave it in the section down below.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.